Bingo Blitz rules.
If your bingo has ads in it,
That's not a bingo.
if it doesn't have the coolest tournaments, mini games, and the most breathtaking design,
Nope, not a bingo.
if your bingo moment makes you feel so excited that you just want to burst in joy and scream out loud, bingo! Sorry, so you're playing...
Bingo Blitz? Now that's a bingo. Go for a world of excitement with Bingo Blitz, the #1 free bingo game. Download Bingo Blitz and play for free.
Now that's a bingo.
With Lululemon, the real gift happens when they're living in it. When you give the fan favorite everywhere belt bag, the real gift is... And when the ultra soothing rest feel slides are the gift, you're really giving them... This holiday, Lululemon makes it easy to give little luxuries that go beyond. Open the moment. Shop now at Lululemon.com.
Let's hang out. Let's hang out. And let's talk about what Legend's about. Let's hang out. And let's listen to two lesbians shout. Let's hang out. Let's hang out.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Let's Hang Out. I'm Ellie Brigida.
And I'm Lee Holmes Foster, and here's what's happening this week.
This week in the Lesdom.
This Week in the Lesdom is a place where we can touch base each episode about things going on with the podcast or otherwise. And the first thing we like to talk about is all of our events coming up. We have a Schitt's Creek Trivia Night coming up in Boston on March 26th. And Lee was so jealous of my trivia night that
I had to throw my own. So that's right. We are going to be debuting our Schitt's Creek Trivia on both coasts on the same night. So we are also having Schitt's Creek Trivia in San Francisco on March 26th. If you want to come join us at Jolene's, don't miss it.
Dueling trivias. Let's see which coast is truly the best coast. And we also are going to be having a Killing Eve Season 3 premiere party in Boston, which I am so excited about, on April 26th. The 26th is just a gay day for every...
We are feeling the 26th.
We are really feeling the 26th. Super pumped to hang out and watch the premiere with everyone. So come hang out.
As a reminder, if you want to have a trivia night near you, we are also looking for cities or hosts in those cities who want to help us throw trivia for all of the queer people all over the place. So get in touch with us at events@letshangoutpod.com if you're interested.
And our LA live show is coming up so quickly. We are so excited to be joined by Ashley Perez and Elise Bauman, and that is going to be Thursday, March 12th at the Virgil. It is $15 if you buy your ticket ahead of time, $20 at the door. You can get your tickets at bit.ly/lesla.
You do not want to miss that.
Oh, no.
The other thing that you don't want to miss is we have our next Les Essentials watch party coming up this weekend. It is going to be Saturday, March 7th at 12:30 Pacific, 3:30 Eastern. And we are going to be watching two of our favorite Willow and Tara episodes from Buffy. So
very, very difficult decision to pick just two episodes.
Have gone back and forth. There's a list. There's, we're going to ranking. We might have to do a poll. I don't even know how we're going to decide, but you don't want to miss it. If you would like to join us, you can join our Patreon at bit.ly/lespatreon and come join us for this epic Les Essentials watch party.
It's going to be wild. I'm so excited.
In the greater Les universe, one thing that I feel like we would be remiss not to mention is any Batwoman fans out there, we have finally gotten a pretty steamy Batmore kiss up on that roof. So I don't know where this is going, everyone. I don't know what the end game or end game isn't, but all I know is I ship Batmore. I don't know about you.
The current game is great. That's all we need to know. We're in on the current game. We also would like to mention Hentified is out on Netflix. We have heard it's got some really good queer rep. We have not checked it out yet, unfortunately, but we will. But check it out. Let us know what you think. We are so excited to have more queer Latinx rep out there.
Yes, always.
Oh, yeah.
That's what's going on this week. Back to you, Ellie and Lee.
Thanks, Ellie and Lee. And welcome to our 41st installment of Should Have Been Gay.
And in this week's episode, we're just a couple of sunflowers, just a little bit funny, and a whole lot of bit gay.
Aw, ain't that the truth?
That's always the truth.
It's always the truth. I do. Yeah, I can identify as a sunflower for sure. This week, we're talking about Sierra Burgess is a loser. Let's do this, folks.
Oh, it was fun, it was great, but it should have been a little more gay.
Sierra Burgess is a Loser, the Netflix hit remaking of Cyrano de Bergerac, I guess, was their attempt.
Oh, was
Yeah.
that the attempt? I mean, I've heard it, but I don't know the story. I'm sorry.
Oh, well, the story of Cyrano is he has a way with words, but he has a really weird looking nose. He has like a really long, kind of like Pinocchio style nose or weird nose. And so he ends up helping the like super handsome guy win over the beautiful maiden by like talking for him, basically. One of them is the face and one of them is the voice and personality. So it's kind of like that whole idea, right?
All right, which I understand. That makes sense for this film.
Sure.
But yeah, interesting take.
I'm going to say Sierra Burgess is not quite that. So let's get into what it is, starting with our IMDb synopsis. A case of mistaken identity results in unexpected romance when the most popular girl in high school and the biggest loser must come together to win over their crushes.
Valid IMDb synopsis. I also like to say they don't specify who the unexpected romance is between.
Yeah, or who the crushes are. I don't disagree.
Yeah, it's very vague, so I think we can run with this. Before we started, I told Lee I really want to say our gay synopses at the same time because I thought I was clever, but I'm like, are we clever in the same way? So
I feel like I'm afraid we literally wrote the same gay synopsis, and I hate both of us a little bit for it already.
I want us to have said the same thing. So
are you ready? Are we doing it?
On the count of 3. Right, you count us down because you're better at it. You always do.
Okay, ready?
Yep.
1, 2, 3.
Only lesbians hang out with lesbians.
Wait, what is it?
Okay, what's not the same?
Okay,
wait,
you do yours then and I'll do mine.
I was like, no matter how this plays out, it will be a funny moment. So mine is only lesbians hang out with lesbians.
Oh, yours is so much less terrible than mine.
Oh, God. All right. Hit me.
Okay. I'm going to preemptively apologize for this, but I really couldn't help myself. My gay synopsis for Sierra Burgess is a Loser goes like this. Sometimes, when you go catfishing, you catch some pussy.
Oh, my God. Why would you think that I would say the exact same
You
thing
sounded
as
so
you?
sure, Ellie.
Yeah, because mine was a line from the movie. Like yours is just like a weird play on words.
But am I wrong, though? Am I wrong?
You're not wrong, but it would be very strange if we really both said that exact phrase. I was like, before we started, I'm like, okay, mine's just a few words. And Lee's like, oh, mine is a few words too.
No, you said it was short. Mine's short.
Mine is short too. But still, oh my God.
I apologized for mine ahead of time, okay? That's all I can tell you.
It's fine. I don't apologize for mine at all. Oh my God.
I feel like I have to apologize for mine, but I also stand by it 100%.
You went for it, honestly. I applaud you.
Oh, thanks.
For anyone who doesn't know, they say like a million times in the movie, only losers hang out with losers. So
They do say that.
So only lesbians hang out with lesbians. We know this. Therefore, Sierra and Veronica hang out with each other because they're lesbians. That's it. In case you really needed to understand my explanation.
Because,
So what's the explanation of yours, Lee?
Well, catfishing is bad. Unless you find yourself a super hot cheerleader girlfriend. That's all.
All right. Valid. Sorry, I do want to say, before we really dig into this, we do know this film itself is pretty problematic. However,
It's so problematic.
very problematic. However, we are going to focus on the gay love story that could have been, that would have eliminated so many of the pretty horrible things in this film.
Yeah, we are gonna gloss right over getting into a deep discussion of it's problematic, everything is bad. Don't ever do any of this.
Yes.
It's just
It's very bad.
We're going to say that once, we're going to get it out of the way. We're going to dive into the story within the story that was happening, whether the creators of this movie really noticed it or not. Let's talk a little bit about your experience with Sierra Burgess, Ellie.
All right, so it's a pretty recent film on Netflix, right? So I watched it when it came out, just because it was one of those things that was the trailer, right, on Netflix. I was like, oh, looks interesting. Let me check it out. And I will say it was another one of those films that I watched not knowing it would be gay and then realizing it was. And then I watched it again today, actually, to prep for this episode, and had a lot more notes. So the second watching was, I think, even gayer than the first.
It's so much gayer. Absolutely. Same thing. I watched it when it came out because Shannon Purser, we'll talk about it. But I was like, well, I have to watch it. So I watched it and finished it and was like, was it just me? Or was that their movie?
It's never just us, Lee.
Just a little gayer than I expected it to be. And then, same. Watched it again yesterday and today. And I was shook. Listeners, I was shook by how just very, very gay this movie really is. Oh my god, I want to talk about it because I'm just gonna yell for the next hour about how gay this movie is.
There's so much gay.
So I don't think we need to beat around the bush. The gay is Sierra and Veronica.
Lee is really working on her vaginal metaphors today. Yes, obviously.
I'm sorry.
Obviously, Sierra and Veronica.
Sierra and Veronica. Frodo and Quasimodo.
Oh my god. I couldn't think of anyone else. Like, do you even have any other ships in this film?
I could make a desperation, like, Hail Mary play for Mackenzie being a jilted lover from Ronnie. I could see that.
Yeah, but, like, it was so peripheral that it doesn't even compare to Sierra and Veronica and Ronnie.
No.
Let's dive in.
Should we start at the top before we even have the real meat we're going to get into of Sierra and Veronica? We meet these characters and they are enemies, friends. This is going to be an enemies to lovers trope, okay? So we have Ronnie is the popular pretty head cheerleader, and Sierra is the school loser, and Veronica just wants to cut her down and insult her and call her names, and sounds familiar to, maybe
any Faberry shippers?
Another ship that we've covered on this podcast before. Who can say? But what I'm going to mention is even at this point, they have that one encounter in the bathroom, which, like, encounter in the bathroom, it's so very Faberry, let's be real.
They have so many encounters in the bathroom. Like, the bathroom is, I would not be surprised if they got married in that bathroom. They're like, we had so many memories here.
Look, the high school bathrooms are where lesbians are made, okay? That's all I'm going to say.
True. Or where lesbians go to congregate.
So they have this encounter in the bathroom, and then they go to their next class, and Sierra is just staring at Veronica.
They both are.
Yes.
That's the thing. It's not like Sierra's staring at Veronica like the back of her head. Veronica literally is turned around in her seat, staring at each other.
There's like
why?
Eye contact being held. And they're not staring at each other in Sierra's not angry. She doesn't seem hurt. She's just kind of stuck there.
They cannot leave each other's gaze. I would love to see just a montage of all the times they stare at each other in this film, because there are so many stares. So many stairs. Yeah.
So many. Other things that we learn to establish their characters is, in a totally not gay move at all, Veronica's dating a college boy that she basically doesn't ever see, and that even her friends think is the absolute worst.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So, yeah, cool.
Said long-distance college boyfriend. Yes, this is exactly the kind of gay relationship that we need.
What ends up happening is Sierra and Veronica come to an agreement where Sierra realizes that she can have Veronica help her with the fact that she is now already catfishing Jamie if she helps tutor Veronica to make her smarter for Spence, the college boy, okay? Let's just take a hot second to talk about how Sierra sets the tone for them beginning this relationship, okay? Text me your address. You evidently already have my number.
Literally, this whole scene is flirting.
Yes.
I literally wrote in my notes, Sierra is a bold bitch. Like she
is though.
She follows her. She's like, oh, Veronica just left? Let me follow her. All right, follows Veronica out. And she literally says, I don't want to be your friend. So what do you want to be, Sierra? I don't want to be your friend. Come to my house tonight. Cool.
Come to my house. Text me. You've got my number. Yeah, I mean, it is...
Wink.
Look, all I'm going to say is a lot of lesbians, we could learn something from Sierra in this scene, okay?
Yes. I also would like to say the whole thing with Jamie and Sierra, just like the fact that she texts this person for one day, right? All night, gets emotionally attached to someone she met online. Is that not the gayest way to start a relationship?
Gets emotionally attached, but also when he sends her a shirtless picture, she's like, I don't know what to do.
She's like, what? How do I respond to this thing? I don't. Half-naked man cannot compute.
Beep, boop, boop.
Bad.
Yeah, she's not quite sure what to do, but she has absolutely no hesitation whatsoever when flirting with Ronnie. Let's put it that way.
Not at all. She knows exactly what to say to Ronnie. Like, the chemistry is off the charts.
It's insane. And so even from the get-go that she shows up at Veronica's house, and they are supposed to be like mortal enemies, right? I mean, that's what they have been trying to establish in this movie so far, is like, they are not friends, they don't get along, Veronica hates her, she's a loser. They immediately have just like effortless interactions, right?
Mm-hmm.
I love that the mom calls out.
Yes, you're playing for the other team now. Yep.
Moms
they always know. They always know.
But then in that scene where Veronica's sisters are making fun of her and they're calling her Moronica, and Sierra, who has no reason to feel the need to make Veronica feel better, is immediately like, you're not a moron, like, it's okay.
Yep, just comforting her girlfriend yet again.
Yeah. She like immediately has to make her feel better, right? And she immediately has to do something to make her feel better. And then Veronica immediately feels the need to reciprocate and do something nice back. Like, let's do this. Let's call him. Let's FaceTime. Let's
take a sexy pic of me with tears streaming down my face. Also, like, what an idiotic dude. If I, a lesbian, saw a sexy picture of a girl I was dating and she sent it to me and I could tell she was literally crying 2 seconds before, I would notice.
Yeah.
Oblivious. I want to say, though, as we start Sierra and Veronica's relationship, I feel like there are a lot of parallels of two high schoolers start dating in the closet. Everything's like very secretive. They don't want anyone else to know about their relationship. They're like constantly hiding out. And then as we go along, like, it's like, okay, we started this secret. Then, I'm starting to have more feelings for you. I can't hide my feelings in public. Like, let me hug you in the middle of the hallway. Oh, I don't care what my friends think. Like, I'm in love with you. It's so gay. Yeah. Their whole arc is from, like, secret lovers to, like, coming out, embracing each other in public.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But this is the start of, like, the secretive part of it.
Yes. I am 100% convinced. If no one has done it already, someone needs to do this. Make me a fan edit of this movie where I don't even think it would be that hard to just cut Jamie
not
out
at all. Not
and
at
make
all.
the whole story be about Sierra and Veronica and their journey to finding each other, falling in love, dating secretly, slowly coming out at school, and then, like, finally being openly together at homecoming. 100%. You could do it in, like, no time at all.
It's crazy easy. When I was watching the film today, I just skipped all of Jamie's scenes. And I was like, oh, this is what happened in the movie.
You're like, who needs you? You don't need to be here.
I mean, I don't really need to know what happened between the two of them to talk about it should have been gay. But I just kept skipping through and I was like, wait, this is a perfect story arc. Perfect.
Plus, if you skip all of the Jamie scenes, really what you're watching is, let's start with, enemies, I see it. There's a lot of passion there. There's a lot of strong emotions. Now they're flirting. Now they're hanging out at night and doing nice things for each other. And Sierra's wearing a t-shirt with a giant rainbow on it.
Yep.
Did you notice that that whole scene where she's taking the photo, she's wearing a giant rainbow shirt? Like, I swear to God. She has a rainbow on her phone case later on, too. Trying to call Veronica on the phone at this party, and there's just like a giant rainbow sticker on the back of her phone case. And I was like, oh my God, are you
trying to tell us something, Sierra?
Also, then, I think we could skip to Sierra trying to join the men's track team.
Okay, yes, great.
School.
Perfect.
My note on the track scene is being around that many sweating dudes just makes her puke. Oops.
And yeah, you're correct. I also would like to, after that scene, we get one of the gayest scenes. This is like Veronica and Sierra at Sierra's house now.
The FaceTime?
Yes, the FaceTime. But even before they start the FaceTime, Veronica says, "Why do you smell worse than usual?" And you could take that as her thinking she always smells bad. But to me, I'm like, oh, I love how you smell normally, but today something smells off about you. Like, what kind of straight friends are like, oh, you smell different today? Like, what have you been doing when you're with her? Just like sniffing her?
Just smelling her.
Yeah.
just casually smelling my high school nemesis.
Why do you smell different, honey? Like, what?
Oh, yeah. It's a lot. The FaceTime call itself, like, I understand this FaceTime call is supposed to be about Jamie, but I'm like, could they show Veronica obsessively, lovingly staring into Sierra's eyes a little bit more? Like, I don't think she glances at the computer once.
No, she does not care that Jamie's there at all.
No, not even a little. She's like, I just want to stare at Veronica over the top of this camera. And you're like, what are you doing? Get it together. You're supposed to be straight in this scene, you two.
They're like, wait, was the direction gay or what's my motivation?
The direction has to have been gay because they finish the call and what does she do?
She jumps on the bed with her.
Like, straddles her on the bed.
Yes.
Like, I don't even know what was who was directing this half the time that thinks anything straight was going on, where she's like, oh my God, we just called a boy. I'm so happy for you that I have to, like, intertwine my body parts with your body parts, even though we are not supposed to be friends in any way now.
At all. They touch each other so often. Every time. If you're at a friend's house, right, you don't both have to be on her bed. They are never sitting on different surfaces. Like, they literally they were on the floor, both like right next to each other, on Sierra's bed right next to each other, on the couch right next to each other. Like, the physical space between them does not exist.
No, they're so physical together. Well, and talking about lying on the floor together, because that's what happens right after the FaceTime call, right? This is where we get the establishing scene of them lying on the ground together, taking selfies, which, like, okay, I have friends. I have friends that I enjoy. Maybe this is just part of not being a high schooler in, like, this day and age, but I'm like, is this something that you do with, like, within an evening you go from, like, mortal enemies to, like, let's sit in the most hardcore case of bisexual lighting that one will ever see. It is just blue and pink up the shit right now. And they're just sitting there, like, smiling and taking selfies together and, like, what is that? I'm like, yeah, I used to do that in college with Kelsey when we were dating.
Yes.
And you'd be like, we're cute, take a picture.
Also, like, they're in private right now, right? Like, nobody's supposed to know they're friends. So, like, why are you taking these pictures? Right? You're not posting them anywhere. Like, you just want to remember this moment. I just want to remember this moment with you, Sierra. Like, forever.
Of us hanging out,
when we're just laying on the floor, taking pictures,
in
being silly.
Bisexual lighting.
Oh my God.
It's
the montages
so
are so gay.
Oh my God. And then she takes her glasses. Veronica
the glasses moment.
Takes Sierra's glasses and puts them on. And then Sierra is like, those actually look good on you. And you're like, what is happening?
You're like, no shit.
When did this movie just go from, like, 0 to, like, 180 gay in a heartbeat? It's
insane.
It's a lot. They're on their backs. They're playing footsie.
They play
in the
footsie.
Air.
I literally, before we started this episode, when you're like, I just have so many caps, I was like, I know one of them has to just be footsie. Footsie.
my note literally just says, playing footsie in the air, what is happening?
What is happening? It's
What
just a
is?
shot of their feet touching each other and like playing with each other. Like, oh, just normal stuff friends do. Just playing footsie with my best friend.
Playing footsie, taking selfies. I have no words. I have no words that I could say about what is going on in this movie.
Except for footsie.
Then, oh my god, no, wait. Then Ellie, she sings an line of a song along with an album, and Veronica
Loses it.
is so into it. Oh my god. She is into it in a way that, like, I'm sorry, like, when one of your friends does something and they're really good at it and you're just like, oh my god, that's so cool. You're not like, oh my god, sing more. You sound so good. Like,
Do it
what
again.
What is happening?
Sing me to sleep tonight. And you're like, what? She's like, wait. Also, we'll talk about it when we get there. We'll talk about the song later. But there's a lot of shit with the singing that's like, this is a thing that they share together. Like, it's not something that she shares with Jamie at all.
It has nothing to do with Jamie. Veronica is just super into her singing, like, immediately, in a way that's weird. It's weird for a friend, even the friend that they're trying to establish that they have somehow become in the last 35 minutes. It's weird for her to be that into it unless she's just super into Sierra.
Which is what the case is.
Wait, though. I'm telling you, just this one scene, I swear to God, it took me like 25 minutes to get through this with how many notes I had to take. Because, okay, they have the singing, Veronica's into it, then it cuts to later that night, same night, Sierra calls Jamie, right?
I must have skipped that part.
Oh my God. She's looking at herself in the mirror. Her hair's a little tousled. She calls Jamie, and the first thing he says is, "Oh, were you working out? You sound out of breath." And she makes some shit up, right? What were you doing, Sierra? The track tryouts were like a week and a half ago. What were you just doing?
Why are you so out of breath, honey?
What were you doing for the rest of the evening that you're suddenly looking at yourself longingly in the mirror with your tousled hair out of breath? What were you doing in that time?
We all know what you were doing, playing lots and lots of footsie. All of the footsie.
Just footsie for hours.
Well, and it's like literally the second that Veronica leaves too, it's like you're sort of getting the vibe that like Sierra feels sexy, right? And like she feels sexy because Ronnie makes her feel sexy, right? Because Ronnie was like, oh my God, your voice is amazing. And she's like, oh, I'm attractive because Veronica thinks I'm attractive. Like that's...
Veronica wore my glasses and told me my voice was good.
Yeah, like I'm really feeling myself.
This episode is sponsored by BetterHelp. And as we head into Thanksgiving time, I want to start by thanking my wife, Kelsey, who has not only listened to just about every episode of this podcast for 8 seasons now, but who also is the only reason I'm able to make time to record it every week. She takes the kids, gets them dinner, and gets them ready for bed just so that Ellie and I can come on and yell about gay things into each other's faces for an hour. So here's a reminder to send some thanks to the people you're grateful for in your life, including yourself. I've been in therapy for a long time now, and one thing that's so important about therapy is how it teaches you to be more intentional. And being intentional about gratitude and how to show that to the people you appreciate is just one of the many benefits that I've gotten from therapy over the years. If you've been thinking of starting therapy, consider giving BetterHelp a try. I know how hard it can be to find time for regular therapy, and BetterHelp is designed to be flexible and convenient for your schedule. You can fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist, and you can switch therapists at any time for no additional charge. If you want to start being more intentional about gratitude in your life, visit betterhelp.com/letshangout today to get 10% off your first month. That's betterhelp, HELP.com/letshangout.
Let's hang out.
For many businesses, the holiday season can be both an exciting and stressful time. With so many balls in the air, one thing you definitely want to know you can rely on is how you're selling your products. And with Shopify, you can rest easy knowing it's the home of the #1 checkout on the planet. Nobody does selling better than Shopify, and when it comes to successful brands like Aloe, Allbirds, or Skims, an often overlooked secret is all the things that go on behind the scenes that make selling, and for shoppers, buying, simple. For millions of businesses, if you take a peek behind that curtain, you'll see that Shopify is what makes it all possible. Shop Pay boosts conversions up to 50%, so that's more happy customers and way more sales going. It's true all the time, but especially this time of year, your commerce platform better be ready to sell wherever your customers are scrolling or strolling, on the web, in your store, in their feed, and everywhere in between. Businesses that sell more sell on Shopify. Upgrade your business and get the same checkout we use for Realm merch with Shopify. Sign up for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/realm, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/realm to upgrade your selling today. Shopify.com/realm.
This episode is brought to you by Skinny Pop Popcorn. Perfectly popped, endlessly delicious. Oh, so light and crunchy. Skinny Pop Original Popcorn is the snack you've been searching for. Made with just 3 simple ingredients: popcorn kernels, sunflower oil, and salt. Snacking never felt or tasted so good. Perfectly popped, endlessly delicious. Give yourself permission to snack and pick up Skinny Pop Original Popcorn today.
At Radiolab, we love nothing more than nerding out about science, neuroscience, chemistry.
But we do also like to get into other kinds of stories. Stories about policing or
politics,
country music,
hockey,
sex, of bugs.
Regardless of whether we're looking at science or not science, we bring a rigorous curiosity to get you the answers.
And hopefully make you see the world anew.
Radiolab, adventures on the edge of what we think we know.
Wherever you get your podcasts.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then, so I didn't skip this part because Jamie asked her on a date and she's like, okay, I have to do the date. This is one of my, I need just like this clip taken out.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Where Sierra goes to the bathroom, follows Veronica.
Okay, wait. First of all, Sierra walks past Veronica looking slightly depressed, and Veronica immediately is like, I have to go pee. And her friends are like, again? And she's like, yep. Bye.
Yeah, she literally runs. She literally runs to the bathroom.
After Sierra.
Yes.
Now please say this line.
Yes. And then Sierra literally just says, please, one date. I'm begging you. If you cut that out, she doesn't say anything about Jamie. She literally could just be like, please, go on one date with me. I'm begging you.
I'm begging you. Just one date. Just one date, Ronnie.
I know, please, baby, one date. Like, literally insane. And then Sierra says, just don't kiss him, okay? And Veronica says, ew.
No, wait. Sorry, because we skipped something from there. Because the just don't kiss him is at the movie theater.
Yes, I'm sorry. That was my lesson. That was my next note. So I thought that was the same scene.
Here's what happens in between, please go on one date with me, I'm begging you, and the actual movie theater date. Is Sierra is cleaning up trash in the park with Dan, and they run into Jamie and his brother. Which,
I skipped,
first
I'm
of
sorry.
all, I'm sorry, but you have spent hours on the phone with this dude, and it has never once come up that his brother is deaf.
Yeah.
That seems a little suspicious to me. But anyways, so they shake hands, right? Shake hands. She gets back in the car and she legitimately says, we had a moment. Maybe I don't need Veronica.
No. What, for all of your sexual needs,
I get
honey?
it. You're still trying to convince yourself that you're straight. I see what you're doing here, Sierra. It's not working.
It's not working very well at all.
Because they get to the movie theater, and guess what's at the movie theater? First of all, bisexual lighting, okay? I'm serious.
Always bisexual lighting.
Go watch this movie again, y'all. It is so much bisexual lighting when they have intense dramatic scenes with Sierra and Veronica. It is a whole lot, okay? This is now where she gives her the just don't kiss him. And yeah, Veronica could not be less into it. Like, her response to that, her eye roll when he puts his arm around her
My
shoulders.
eye roll when he put his arm around her 1, 2, 3, 4. Like, come on. Like,
yeah.
Oh, God, I cannot. But the point is does Sierra not want Jamie to kiss Veronica? Or does Sierra not want Veronica to kiss Jamie?
The question this movie never quite satisfactorily answers, I would say.
Right? Yeah, like, is she mad because she's not kissing Veronica? That's what I think.
I mean, look, all I'm gonna say is this is the next scene when Veronica's out in the parking lot with Jamie at his car, and Sierra's hiding under the car texting her stuff. And first of all, I love that the first thing Sierra decides to text, because this is another one that I swear to God you could just so easily cut this clip out, right? Is he's talking about, oh, look, stars.
The stars.
And they're just big balls of hydrogen. But all I want is a clip of Sierra under the car texting to Veronica, I wonder if a star knows that it shines.
Oh my God, so gay. Like, I could literally see, like, 4 years from now when they get married in their vows, I wonder if a star knows that it shines.
You're my star, Ronnie.
They paint it. They put it on their wall in their apartment. They're like, remember that moment we had with the stars?
Oh, my
so
sweet
gay.
Lord.
So gay.
I honestly think I died in this scene. I just could not handle it, because then he asks what she wants to be when she grows up, and you can see Ronnie is thinking, like, what should Sierra be when she grows up? Because she can't ever stop thinking about Sierra. And
of course.
Like, she should be a singer. And I'm like, she sang along one line of an album, Veronica. Like, keep it in your pants, girl. Keep it in your pants.
Like, literally, that's it.
There's another thing that she says when he asks that, and she goes, I swear I had to write down this whole scene. She legitimately says this in the movie out loud. I never thought about life after high school until I met Sierra.
I never thought about my future until I saw it in your eyes.
What is happening? What is happening in this scene? And then she mentions something about a Sierra, and he's like, oh, I legitimately just met someone named Sierra today. And she goes, you'd really like my Sierra.
My Sierra.
Who wrote this scene? Who wrote this scene?
Yep.
Oh my God. And then they do the whole fake kiss switch thing where he wants to kiss her and she has him close her eyes so that she can like sub in Sierra, and Sierra gets to kiss him, and she's really excited about it for like one split second until they're actually kissing, and then her face just kind of has this moment where it like pauses. And I'm like, a little too real for you, Veronica?
Yeah. And I feel like also like the straight interpretation of this, quote unquote, is that like, oh, well, you know, she like has a crush on Jamie. No, she doesn't. She doesn't freaking know Jamie. She is jealous of Jamie because he gets
getting
to
kiss Sierra.
Yeah.
Who sings for her and
her alone.
Is her life after high school and is her Sierra. And what in the ever-loving fuck is this scene of this movie?
Well, also, okay, so once that scene is done, right, we get a scene where, okay, so this is like, you know, all subtext. And then she literally says to Sierra, I'm not gonna les out with you. I only do that at parties.
Confirmed. Queer activity.
Confirmed. What's the next thing that she asks Sierra to do? Go to a party. Case closed.
I'm going to a party. You want to come? And Sierra's like, together? In public?
Their coming out story.
Wait. Before we get away from the makeover scene, though, can we just take... I have two
the
other
eyebrows.
Notes. Two other notes that I have to say real quick. One, bi-lighting. I'm telling you, kids, look it up. This scene is so bisexual lit. And as she's doing her makeover, she goes for what I think is another, like, repressed gay move. She goes, this is Ronnie saying this to Sierra while she's doing her eyebrows. And she goes, your mom is really pretty.
Yeah, and you're like, are you trying to tell her she's pretty?
Yes, but, like, indirectly. She's like, I'm not going to tell you you're pretty. I'm just going to say, like, oh, but, like, your mom's really pretty. Uh-huh.
Also, like, the eyebrow scene is so gay because the eyebrows are done. And she keeps touching her face.
Yeah.
Like, her eyebrows look fine, and she just keeps
She's like, I just need to clean up this, this little, I just need my face to be right next to your face for like a little bit more.
Yeah, let me just keep stroking those eyebrows as long as I can.
You have a little fly away, right? I'll just stroke it just gently, lovingly. Okay. Yeah.
I will say this is unrelated, but not really. Did your friends ever do your makeup for you?
Yeah. I mean, we did a bunch, like, we were all in theater together, so.
Okay. But I feel like there was this thing where I was like, I just love it when, like, my friends do my makeup. You know, like, I don't know what it is. Like, if I just would rather not do it myself. Like, I'm just not good at it. Right? But I think there also, like, was, like, this little bit of me that was like, but I can, like, sit there, like, staring at them. And they can touch my face. And I'm like, thanks for doing my makeup. I love this.
I enjoyed that.
Yeah. I don't know what it is. It just makes me feel warm.
I wonder why that would have been, Ellie.
Right? I have no clue. No clue.
I can't imagine what could have been the enjoyable part of that for you.
Yeah,
it's
I'm like,
weird.
please touch my face.
If anyone has ideas about why Ellie might have enjoyed that, tweet at us. You know, just send us suggestions. We're open.
Nobody
to
knows,
them.
really. Nobody knows.
So they go on a date to this party.
Yep,
together in public, and they literally show up, and Ronnie is like walking so close to Sierra, she like threads her arm through hers so that they're like walking up together, arm in arm, right?
Yep.
And here's the thing: you could so easily just splice together from the please one date I'm begging you to like I'm going to a party, you want to come? And then them walking into this party together, because like this is the date, let's be real. No one is going to believe that Veronica on the movie theater date with Jamie was into that. She was not. She is into this.
Yep.
And she, oh my God, I think I wrote down every fucking line that Veronica has at this party.
They're so gay.
Girl is in love.
Yep.
She is in love. Her friends pull her away, right, for showing up with the loser. I swear to God, this is what happens. She goes, she's not that bad. She's stares wistfully through the window to where Sierra is with the most longing, loving look in her eyes. She goes, she's actually kind of cool.
Literally so gay. I wrote in my notes, AKA, you're in love with her.
She looks in love.
In love.
Like, again, what was the direction in this scene if it was not, you are a huge, huge gay who is in love with that girl?
Yes. And literally, her friends, who she's been friends with, clearly it seems like most of high school, leave her. They're like, okay, bye. She doesn't even look sad. She's smiling at Sierra. She does not care. She's like, bye, guys. I have a girlfriend now, so I don't need you. You're like, what? Insane.
No, it is. And not only the friends, Spence, the guy that she has ostensibly been trying to get back together with this entire movie, the whole reason that she started hanging out with Sierra at all was supposed to be to get back together with Spence. And the second that he comes over to talk to her, she's like, I can't just ditch my friend.
I know, she's literally like, I don't want to talk to you or kiss you. I'm with Sierra.
She gives no fucks.
No.
Like, none.
She does not care at all. No.
It is a lot.
He has to convince her to go talk to him when she's literally been like, Spence is my man this whole time, but I can't leave Sierra.
And she does. She goes, she hooks up with Spence. Let's decide how we think she feels about it based on her reaction the next day at school, where she shows up in the hallway and flings herself full body into Sierra's arms. I just need a hug. Face buried in her neck. She is like clinging to her for dear life.
The gayest hug.
Oh my God.
And Sierra also is in a conversation with her best friend, and literally the second Veronica hugs her, she's like, bye, Dan. We'll finish this later, even though it's an important conversation about their relationship.
Dan, not now.
Not now. I need to go comfort my girlfriend in the bathroom.
Yeah, which is like, also, this is such a high school move, though, right? To be like, well, I have a girlfriend now, so like, sorry, friends, and you just like blow all your friends off because you're an asshole when you start dating. It's fine.
Yes.
We've all been there.
Yes.
I get it. But oh my God, that hug was a lot. It was a lot.
It was so much. It was so intimate.
Then they break up, Ellie, and I hate it.
I know. Well, that's why I feel like in the Should Have Been Gay retelling, they don't break up.
Please do it. Please reimagine it for me.
From the beginning to now, cool. Except for some of like the weird things that Sierra does to catfish this dude. But okay, they're fine. What happens after Spence breaks up with Veronica and Sierra sees her and Jamie kiss? Instead of getting pissed off at Veronica and doing the messed up stuff she does, something clicks inside of her and she goes, oh shit, I am in love with Veronica. And she realizes after that kiss, it's not Jamie she wants, it's Veronica. And she goes to the guy doing the teleprompter and she's like, go, you got to get out of here. And she puts a picture up, one of their selfies from when they were taking all those selfies.
Someone make us this movie.
Right? She puts the picture up on the thing and it says, Ronnie, I love you. And then Jamie still fucks everything up because he's like, wait, what the hell? My girlfriend's a lesbian. So everything stays the same with like,
are you cheating on me with Sierra? And she's like, fuck yeah.
Yeah. It's all the same dialogue. You just switch out Sierra and still Ronnie becomes a pariah because everyone's like, oh, head cheerleader's a lesbian, not so cool anymore. So a lot of the stuff stays the same except for the fact that Veronica and Sierra have a happy ending. Or actually, switch it up. Because you still need that, like, rom-com thing. So Veronica gets pissed and she's like, no, like, I don't love you. Like, what do you think? Like, that was not a gay relationship. I don't know what you're talking about. And then she writes Sunflower. Drop the mic. Next part of the actual film.
Okay, wait. Because she writes Sunflower. Okay. So this whole bad situation goes down where she puts up the whole picture with Veronica and Spence and that he dumped her over DM and all this stuff. And also, can we just discuss Veronica's reaction to that where she's like so hurt and she's like, I told you things I haven't told anyone. And I'm like, so you came out to Sierra, got it? Check. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you're like, okay, well, you only shared one of my secrets, so I guess that's fine.
Yeah. Also in that conversation, one of the things I love about how Ronnie interacts with Sierra is that she's constantly giving her compliments that are framed as though they're an insult, right?
Yes.
So in that scene, she says, like, your looks are the least ugly thing about you. And I'm like, so you think she's hot?
Yeah. I think you're really hot, but what you did was messed up.
Was terrible. And I'm like,
I'm
is that
super
kind of
attracted
what that is
to
saying,
you,
though? Is
but
like your looks
you
are
suck.
the least ugly thing about you? Really, Ronnie? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so they break up. They have this big blowout fight. Again, we get some staring, right? But
so
here's
much
the thing.
staring.
Sierra is not staring longingly at a photo of Jamie.
Nope.
She's staring at Veronica in class.
Yep.
She's staring at her so sadly. And then she goes home and she doesn't sit there and think, what can I do to get Jamie back? What can I do to get out my feelings about Jamie? She doesn't think anything about Jamie. She's not like, what funny animal photo could I text him? No, she sits down and she's like, Ronnie thinks I'm a great singer.
Yep.
So I'm gonna write a song and send it
to her.
To Veronica.
And only her.
She doesn't send the song to Jamie.
And the song is supposedly about Jamie.
Yeah.
And she sends it to Veronica.
She sends it to Veronica. And I love it because, again, look, we said in the beginning, moms always know. You know who else always knows? Is your sassy English teacher who is like, that's a beautiful song. Whoever you wrote it for, you should tell him. Or her.
Yep. And you're like, yeah, because it's freaking Veronica.
Because it's the gayest love song that you've ever written for your girlfriend who you both just got your hearts broken. Yeah, okay, sure, fine. This is a straight love story. Whatever lies we need to tell ourselves, Netflix, I get it.
Yep. And the thing is, she never had any plans to send it to Jamie either. The person who gets her back with Jamie is Veronica. Because she's like, I love you so much, Sierra. I want you to be happy.
Yeah, it's the quintessential like repressed high school lesbian move of like, I'll help you date the boy you're into instead of me. I say, having never been there.
No, you would never do that, Lee.
Would never. But she didn't send it to Jamie, and then Jamie takes her to the homecoming dance, and what's the first thing she does?
Goes over to Veronica.
She fucking ditches
Sorry, doesn't even
him
go there.
so fast.
Stares at Veronica.
Yes.
For a very long time.
And Veronica's face. I wish everyone could see us. Ellie and I both just are sitting here shaking our heads, covering our mouths with our hands. Like, it's too much. That face is like the sun just rose in the sky at midnight. She has never been happier than when she looks over and a smiling Sierra is staring at her in her dress at homecoming. And what does she do, gentle listeners?
She runs over, hugs her, and literally that's it.
That's the end.
End of the whole film.
The end of the film is not Sierra and Jamie.
No.
It's Sierra and Ronnie in like a full body embrace at homecoming.
And then Dan does join, but he only joins because he decided to. They were not like, hey, we could really use another. Like,
He's
they
the
were like,
GBF. He's doing what GBFs do because he sees what's happening and he's into it.
They're like, oh, this is too gay. Bring someone else in the hug. Like,
I could not believe that ending scene. And this is why I'm saying that ending scene, again, you just cut everything out that happens with Jamie. You just go from the fight to Sierra writing her song to sending the song to Veronica to showing up at homecoming and them reconciling. And I'm like, that's your movie.
It's a gay film.
That's the movie right there. That's it.
You literally just cut Jamie out of it and it writes itself.
Someone please make us this movie. we need
and
it.
Especially with the changed ending, because I think like that shit was rough that she pulled.
God, it's just...
You shouldn't even be able to come back from that.
It's like Netflix had it in the palm of their hand.
Yeah.
And just so close yet so far.
They really could have made a great gay film. That's why I'm saying, like, this is not in itself a great gay film, because a lot of the shit they do to each other is sort of fucked up. But if you take out some of the fucked up things, yes. Amazing gay film.
A lot of the movie's problematic. But I'm going to tell you what is never problematic, and it is the way Veronica looks at Sierra in this movie.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Ah, so much gay. So, who are we shipping?
It's hard to say. It's a really tough call for me. I mean, there's just who's a good pairing in this movie.
Know.
I don't even know.
It's hard to really put my finger on it. But I think Sierra and Dan?
Oh, yeah. Good choice. Excellent choice.
Yeah. I do love Dan, but...
I do love Dan, too. But come on. Sierra and Ronnie,
Veronica.
We need a terrible ship name for them because I cannot come up with a good one.
Veroniera.
Ronnie. Sierra-ni.
Sironica.
Sierrica?
Oh, Sierrica. I could vibe on Sierrica. What's Veronica's last name? Do we ever find out?
Sienica?
Ooh, Sienica. I like that.
Yeah.
They've got a ring to them. I'm into it.
Sienica. Yes, I think I really feel like that's going to be our only ship in this movie. I mean,
I'm not even going to cloud their love story with others,
no,
you know?
I can't. It's a beautiful, beautiful love story.
It's too straightforward. It's just their endgame. That's it.
I do think we also have to mention, before we move on to our Q and Gays, I think we also have to mention Shannon Purser, who plays Sierra Burgess, is a bisexual icon. She came out, I think, like 2 or 3 years ago already at this point. Came out just after like the first season of Stranger Things or something, right?
Because we all knew Barb was bi, let's be real.
Oh, God, yeah.
Well, Barb was a lesbian.
So shout out to Shannon Purser. Would love to see her actually play a queer character in our remake of Sierra Burgess, just an idea.
Yeah, one of these days.
One of these days. I tried looking up any other lesbian rabbit holes. I didn't really find much in this movie. I think we've said all we're gonna dig out of this one.
That's all she wrote for this one, but I think we did a good, thorough job.
Sierra Burgess.
Should have been gay.
Should have been gay.
It's time for our Q and Gay. Let's do these babies.
Okay, I'm ready.
Q and Gay.
Question number 1. Are you A, a sunflower, or B, a rose?
I will have to say, based on the definitions in that song, I think I count as a sunflower.
Oh.
I'm a little bit funny.
You are a little bit funny, Lee.
But maybe you'll pick me, Ellie.
I would pick you any day. I'm like, I don't know if I'm a sunflower or a rose. I am a chrysanthemum. I don't know. I just picked a random flower.
I like it.
Or a lily. I like lilies.
I mean, the lily does mean I dare you to love me.
Yeah, I know. I was like, why do I love lilies so much? It's gay, of course.
And you're like, oh, right. Gay.
Yeah, I remember now.
Question 2, Ellie. Have you ever been catfished?
I have not been catfished in terms of like, I haven't talked to someone thinking it was somebody else and they turned out to be someone else. However, my picture has been used as a catfish.
That's so true. That was just recently.
It literally just happened. I'm not going to go into the details, but my account was hacked and somebody was pretending to be me. So I wasn't a catfish, but my picture was used for a catfish. Does that make sense?
I think that counts. So if Ellie messages you guys,
just be careful. If I say
careful.
anything very weird, I mean, I usually say weird things, but if I say anything that seems a little out of the norm, it might be my catfish. So sorry. Sorry to disappoint. Question 3. I also feel like, sorry. Once you have been the picture of a catfish, like, does that mean you've made it?
I don't know. Are you famous now?
I mean, maybe.
I think so.
Is this the moment?
Don't forget us small people in your past.
Lee, I'm sure someone's out there using your picture. Don't worry.
I really hope not.
All right, question number 3. Which Greek philosopher is your favorite? A, Plato, B, Aristotle, or C, Socrates?
Oh, I mean, such a tough call. Let's expound on the virtues of all of them, and then we'll decide. I don't know. Let's go with Socrates. He has a method. Everyone loves a good method, right?
Everyone loves a method. You're right.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Okay, question 4, Ellie. What is the worst thing that Sierra does in the movie? Because there's a lot to choose
There's
from.
a lot.
So let's go with, out of this list, A, pretending to be deaf, B, the secret kiss that Jamie does not know about, C, the dumped by DM Instagram post, or D, blowing off dance slasher movie night.
That is a really difficult question.
It really is. She does a lot of horrible, horrible things.
I think the thing that gets me the most is the secret kiss.
It's a little...
Because it just, like, there's zero consent there.
Yes.
And I mean, actually, a lot of things she does not think about other people. But the secret kiss feels the most like, that, like, could be a felony.
It's a little, yeah. It's not
Yeah, it feels really bad. Feels very bad to me.
I think that's fair.
Yeah. Question 5. Do you still talk on the phone with your partner? A, yes, like the olden days. B, no, that's for the olden days. And C, what is a phone?
We do. I mean, it's hard because obviously we live together and I see her every single day. But if one of us is traveling or if we're away for something, like we do still call and talk. Yeah.
Very sweet. Just like you're in high school again.
Just like that, you know?
I love it. Remember, you can also answer our Q&A questions on our Twitter at Let's Hang Out Pod.
Let me hear you say hip, 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 well, yeah.
We love hearing from you and building our community, so we want to shout out some of our favorite things each episode. And I would just like to give a big shout out to, number 1, all of the people that came to our Winona Earp Trivia Night last week in Boston. We had a blast. And specifically, Ash, who came on her 21st birthday. And
amazing.
She came with her mother. So cute. Her mother, Angela, was the best. And her team won first place. So amazing.
Happy birthday
Happy
to you,
freaking
Ash.
birthday, Ash. We had an awesome time.
That's like the best 21st birthday I could possibly imagine.
Right? I bet you there are many, many Earpers that are very jealous of your 21st birthday, Ash.
And speaking of Earpers and how we love Earpers, and this whole Hip Hip We're Gay this week is just us shouting out
That's
all
fine.
the great Earpers. We also want to shout out Meg, who many of you may know as @Nutmeg2Us on Twitter. And I think the official cross-stitcher of the Earper fandom. We commissioned an Earp cross-stitch for our prize pack, and we love it, and it was just delightful. We might need to just commission like 1,000 more just for ourselves. No pressure, Meg, no pressure.
It was amazing. I would like to say, too, the first place prize was a $100 gift card or the cross stitch, and the team was fighting over the cross stitch.
That's because they know what's important in this world.
It was
okay?
amazing.
Priorities.
Yes,
Priorities.
Rainbow
there.
Warper cross stitch. And as always, we'd love to thank our Lesbian Jesus patrons, Lizette Stye,
Tanya Ferguson,
Jess Klaus,
Danny Griswold,
Sarah and Julia,
Carrie Ann Lawrence,
Mark Foster,
Danny Gunlock Tamora,
Audrey O'Connor,
Wendy K. Bartlett,
Brittany Ray,
and Kayla Kelly.
And our King Princess patrons, Amy and Ellen. We love you all so much.
Remember, you can find us on all the social medias. We are on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at Let's Hang Out Pod.
You can email us with all of your should have been gay suggestions at leshangoutpod@gmail.com. We love hearing them.
You can check out our website at letshangoutpod.com.
Make sure you subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts so you'll be the first to know when new episodes drop.
We are also posting videos on our YouTube channel, so make sure that you subscribe at youtube.com/LesHangoutPod to catch them. We are going to have another Les Essentials original song going up soon. You will not want to miss it. You will want to have tissues with you.
It's incredible. I'm excited for all of you to be able to experience what I experienced when I first listened to it. If you want to help support the podcast, the easiest and most free way to do it is rate and review us on iTunes. It helps other people find the podcast, and we just love hearing what you have to say.
If you want to join us on Patreon, you can find it at bit.ly/LesPatreon. As a reminder, we have our next Les Essentials viewing party coming up this weekend, so don't miss out. You can join anytime up until Saturday. We will get you in there to watch some beautiful, beautiful Buffy episodes with us. And we also have a ton of other perks, and it's a great way to help support us.
If you want to get some Les Hangout merch, you can do that at bit.ly/LesShop. Make sure you're looking out on all our social media accounts. We usually have some sales up, and you can get your merch for Pride early. You can get your merch for all your cons. We have so much gay shit, and we want you to put it on your body. bit.ly/LesShop.
If you want to follow us individually, you can find me on Instagram and Twitter at LSH Foster.
And you can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Ellie Brigida. With that, I'm Ellie.
And I'm Lee.
And let's hang out again soon.
Let's hang out.
Ladies and gentlemen.
What are you doing?
What do you mean?
Just keep it simple.
I'm making the promo.
Just keep it simple. Just say, hey, we're the Brav Bros. Two guys that talk about Bravo.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we're the Brav Bros.
No.
Oh.
Dude, stop with the voice. Just keep it simple.
I've seen promos on TV, dude. This is how you get the fans engaged. This is how you get listeners. We're trying to get listeners here. If we just say, oh, we're two dudes that talk about Bravo, people are going to get tired of it already. We need some oomph.
All right, then fine. Let's try to do it with your voice.
Brav Bros.
Good job.